Hey y'all, I'm Anna and welcome back to my channel. Today we are in my mom's kitchen filming. We made a delicious dinner tonight. It is a one-pan chicken and potato bake with a creamy Parmesan sauce. It was to die for and you are going to love it. Let's get started. I just preheated the oven to 400 and I have a 9 by 13 inch casserole dish that I've sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. And over here I have 6 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, and I've just seasoned them with a little bit of salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And meanwhile, over here I have a large skillet that is preheating on about medium or medium-high heat. I've already melted some butter and canola oil mixed together. So once this gets nice and hot, we'll start frying up our chicken. Alright, my skillet is nice and hot. I'm only going to sear this for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. It's not going to be cooked all the way through, and that's fine because it's going to finish off in the oven. And now I'm going to add some salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning to this side. And I'm only doing 3 at a time, obviously, because I don't want to overcrowd the pan. Okay, so I'm going to let this cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just flipping over my chicken to see how nice golden brown they look. Let these continue to cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, and the reason I have this covering the pan, I'm not closing it all the way. I just don't want it to splatter all over me. That's the only reason I'm using this. Okay. As these are finished, didn't even get the thing up there. Oh my gosh. I'm going to stick these in here as they are finished. And like I said, they're definitely not cooked all the way. Sorry, that was loud. They're definitely not cooked all the way, but I just wanted to get a good sear on them. Okay, and I'm going to add my next 3 in here. If you need to add more butter as you're going, please do that. I think I'm good for now. Alright, meanwhile, as the chicken is finishing up cooking, I'm just taking about a pound of baby potatoes. And these are kind of big, so I'm going to do them in fourths, but the smaller ones I'll just cut in half. So I'll have these ready to add when the time comes. My chicken is all ready to go, and so now I'm going to take all of my potatoes and scatter them all over the top. There's no really specific way you have to do this. I just do it all over evenly. And I stick them all on the side. And some on top. That's good right there. Okay, so now I'm going to wash my hands real quick and then we'll work on our cream sauce. I have half a stick of butter melting in the same pan that we just cooked the chicken in. Might as well not dirty up another pan, and plus there's lots of flavor in there. So this is going to melt, and now I've got a little bit of garlic. My recipe says about 2 teaspoons. You can put as much or as little as you want. I'm going to mix this all around until it's nice and fragrant. The rest of the ingredients that you're going to need for the cream sauce is some flour. This is some chicken stock. You know how I use my water in my little bouillon base. And this is some half and half. You'll need some more salt and pepper, and I have some Parmesan cheese that I'm in the middle of grating behind me. That will come in a little bit. Alright, so I've got my garlic. I had to turn the pan down a little bit. I'm not used to using this stove, to be honest. I'm trying to make it work. Okay, now it's coming back to sizzle. Alright, here's my flour. I'm going to mix this around, and then I'll add in my stock. Alright, that looks good. So now I'm going to add in my 1 cup of chicken stock. There's my water. About a teaspoon of my chicken base. And I'm going to stir this constantly until it gets nice and thick. Alright, that looks nice and thick. That took about 3 minutes. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to this. I'm not going to go overboard because we're adding Parmesan cheese. And some more Italian seasoning, just a little bit. Next I'm going to add in my half and half. This is about half of a cup, maybe a little bit more, so I'm going to leave some in there. I'm going to continue to whisk this together. Then we will add our cheese in just a moment. Okay, this looks so good. I just tasted it and it is right on point. All we need to add now is the Parmesan cheese. My recipe calls for about a half a cup. This is a little less than half a cup because honestly I was a little bit over grating it, so I'll just add some more in a couple of minutes. So I've got my Parmesan cheese, and I forgot to mention earlier, this is about 2 handfuls of spinach. This is some baby spinach that I'm going to add now. You add this last, and we're just going to cook it until it's nice and wilted, and then we are pretty much finished, and we will put the whole thing together and stick it in the oven. Alright, this thing is really heavy, so bear with me, but you can see how perfect that looks. It's nice and thick, so I'm going to just pour it all over the top. And I'm praying that I don't drop this pan. Alright, I'm going to have to scrape the rest in a second. Alright, I got my cream sauce all on our chicken and potatoes. I also wanted to mention that when I added the potatoes to the pan, I did sprinkle some salt all over the potatoes so that they're well seasoned. And now they just need to go, this all needs to go into the oven at 400 for about 30 to 45 minutes, and I will show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay everyone, when this came out of the oven, my kids were so loud and running around, so I wasn't able to film this part until now. So it's much later, we already ate dinner, and it was amazing. So if you can come close a little bit, you can see how it turned out. We've got some very creamy sauce right here, and this is so good. It kind of tastes like a mix between a gravy and a Parmesan Alfredo. It is to die for. So I'm going to take one little bite of the potato, because these potatoes soaked it all up. That is delicious. I really hope that you try this recipe. I promise if you try it once, it will become a family favorite, because it sure is a family favorite in my house. The chicken will fall off the bone. You'll love it, I promise. If you like this video, I hope that you stick around and subscribe to my channel. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.